What's up, everybody? Yes, indeed, I am back, man. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You can't talk about it, you have to be about it. But anyways, people, right here, this message is for all those people that have been reaching out to me. Check this out, people. I understand that you want to make a change in your life, on working on your physical overall health, okay? But before you reach out to me, make sure you check with your significant other. Because I'm going to tell you right now from experience, most cats that say they have to check with their significant other usually fall off from the start. I could speculate why they do it, but I'm not going to. You know, this is your life. This is your health we're talking about. This is your decision. So you can't let someone decide whether you want to be healthy or not. Because at the end of the day, think about it. Who's the breadwinner in the family? What happens when you're laying on your sick bed and not able to put up and provide for your family any longer? It's going to be all bad. You're going to be depending on public resources and shit. But, you know, I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention, you know what I mean? Because, for one, when you reach out to me, I take the time out of my day so I could connect with you. So make sure that you're serious about this shit, because I take my exercise regimen, my fitness program very serious. I don't have time to chase people around. I mean, I'll be on your bumper, you know, showing you the way, but I don't have time to hold your hand. All my kids are grown already. I've did that, you know, for the time that I was there for them, because like I've said in the past, you know, I was taken away many times from my kids. But anyways, people, if you're ready and really serious about making that change, that's when you get at me and we hop on that phone call and get you going. You know, I have a lot of people that weren't sure at the beginning, but once they seen the results coming in, they went from weak to beast. And I'll be putting up a transformation tomorrow. One of my guys, Dan the Man, beast mode. But anyways, I know I say that an awful lot, people, so just bear with me, man. Yeah, shoot me a DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. Now, with that being said, story time, baby. So, hard time. A lot of people question, did I ever hard time? And I'm going to keep it 100 with you. When I was going through the county system, there was no time to hard time. That fucking place was so off the hook, rocking and rolling, you didn't have time to hard time. Every day, every minute, there was something going on. I think the best rest I ever gotten, and I hate to say it, is when we were at war with this certain race. Eventually they segregated us. Now I could sit in a cell amongst my gente, the people that fell underneath the same umbrella that I did. So that was probably the best time that I had rest. Other than that, before that, there was never no time to hard time. You hard time in there, where you find the time at, I have no idea. Maybe you sit there in your own world, but I guarantee you, one of the homies will come check you. You know, there's no time for weakness, to show any signs of weakness, especially when we stood in, let's put it this way, we were on high alert at all times of day. When we went to sleep, we had a gallo. There was always somebody keeping punto. And if you were given that position to be gallo, do not get caught sleeping, because you will have something coming. You will be DP'd. We took that very serious. We needed to know all movements, who was pulling up, who was leaving, where everyone was at, and what was going on. Especially, you know, with anyone interacting with the Judas. Very important. Now, if you want to talk about hard time in the Pinta, absolutely. You could find yourself hard timing there. But there's ways to shake it. And I'll touch on that later on in maybe tomorrow's story. But I'm just giving a quick example, the way it was going through the system in LA County, the hard timing. I can't speak for the people that were trustees and shit, but the ones that were I would consider mainlining right there where I was at, there was no room for weakness. Weakness was frowned upon. And you would be tested, trust and believe, by your own homies. And if you didn't have your homies there, guaranteed other barrios would love to test the waters with you. That's just the way it was, people, and I'm keeping it 100. If you ran in there and there was a ranfla bigger than yours and you were like almost just about running solo bolo, even though we fell underneath the same umbrella, I've seen homies, you know, show favoritism and try to press up on people. Low-key gangbanging. It wasn't allowed during my time, but that was a sneaky way of going about it. You know, like I said in all my videos, I'll keep it real and 100, and this is during my experience going through the system. You know, this day of age is different. This last time that I went to the county, it was almost like they were bringing YA to the county jail. And I gave that example about the homie that was in a cell next door to me. And you heard someone, hey, you're a green lighter. No, fuck you, you're a green lighter. And then all you hear is, boo, 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 you know, they're getting off. And then to find out later on, after they landed and where we moved at in Wayside, the supposed individual that had a green light on him, you know, I went to question, and he said, oh, no, this fool tried to say I was a green lighter. And he was referring to, because in YA, I guess they green lighted him or some bullshit. I don't know the kid games that they played in there, you know what I mean? Because I never went to YA. I was county born and state raised. I tip my hats to the homies that survived that YA, because it was off the hook, man. I got some homies that have names as legends in there. A certain individual from another podcaster had mentioned him more than once. That's my brother right there. I'm not going to put his name out there. He put him out there. He said his name a couple of times. But, you know, it's just something I choose not to do. There is one individual that I will speak on in another story, because I've been asked about black Southsiders. And was there any? Absolutely, there was. It's a story. Well, maybe I could touch on it real quick right here. This individual, rest in peace, man, was a real one. Got to give my props to him. So this would probably be the only time that I mention his name. You know, very respectful. And when I was going through process with this individual, and if you guys are familiar with the county jail, how you get in that long corridor, the Judas were very strict back in our times, back in the 90s. Look forward, if you got caught looking, they would give you flashlight therapy, you know what I mean? When we spoke at a whisper, and this individual was behind me talking to me, and the way he spoke to me, it's like, yo no carnal. You know, just hitting me, you know, he was speaking Spanglish to me, but every word he pronounced was, I thought he was Hispanic until we got to where we were going. And when we went inside the storm, it was actually the next holding tank. I go to look for this individual. I say, hey, my boy, where'd you go to, homie? Aquí estoy, camarada. I'm like, what the fuck? He was black. He was a brother. My boy. Much respect to you. Rest in peace, carnal. Shadow from 18th Street. Had a big old shot on his back, everything. This fool was with the business, man. If I would have never seen him, I would have never guessed he was black. And yeah, man, he was with the business, man. I got some stories with him. He was with the business, man. That was the boy going through the system. You know what I mean? But yeah, so there's been a lot of different Southsiders. You know, whites. Actually, I ran into an Asian. He was a Southsider as well. Of course, you know Apis. They run Southsiders now too. You know. There's been a mixture of them, you know what I mean, and I'm sure it goes for all cars, you know what I mean. The brothers as well, they have the homies that are Crips. I don't think I've ever seen any homies that, well, you know, they're not homies anymore, but ran as a blood. I've seen a couple that go through that they were Crips, you know what I mean. Did we frown upon it? I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, absolutely. Did we react upon it? No, we didn't. Other races, they take it very disrespectful, and they'll get at them, you know, especially in the joint. You know, I'm not going to say which races. You guys know which ones if you've done time. But anyways, yeah. So back to that hard timing. You know, yeah. In the county, there was no time for hard timing, man. That fucking place was so off the hook in the '90s. I'm telling you, it was the most racist place around. You could know somebody from the calles, you know what I mean, from another race, and in there, you know, hey, it is what it is, man. It was just business, you know. So the only thing I could tell you back then is if you were really if you had an individual that you know kicked it tight with in the calles, or knew him from the calles, or even from the system, you know, you weren't allowed to kick it and chop it up with them, you know, because it was very racist, and it was very racist amongst all races, like I said, and and we were constantly at war with this one race. For those of you that know, you guys know, I'm not going to put it out there. Did we win? Yeah, we won some and we lost some, and it went for both sides, you know. There was times where it would set off in the middle of the night, man, and that was like the Thunderdome was 9,500. I'm like I've said, man, if you live through 9,500, you could survive anywhere, because that place guaranteed you're gonna get in a riot at least once or twice a day. And when the Judas came in, they came in with flashlight therapy. They came in beating us, you know. So we took a beating, both sides of our races, and it got off the hook. And then we were forced to go up there on the roof, man, and we were stripped down to our boxers, and it'd be cold as fuck, man. They would have us out there for 8 hours, you know, just sitting right there. They would separate us, you know, the individuals, but they put the persons that they felt were the aggressors on the roof, and it happened, you know, like I said, with me more than once, man. And I remember a time when it was raining, and it was fucked up, man. We were freezing, you know. So the homies, what we could do is just, you know, bunch up together to try to stay warm. You know, the Judas, they were cold motherfuckers back then. You know, it is what it is. You know, they had, like I said in the past, they had their own little clique in there, they didn't discriminate, because I seen a majority of, well, let's say the majority of them were a certain race, and others were, I don't know, I don't want to say on here because people have sensitive. I'm telling, man, I've never seen such people that are so sensitive on social media, but there is, man. So anyways, I'll leave that out. But these people, like I said, they had that fist right there, and it represented something power. But yeah, that was a clique within themselves until the feds pulled up and pulled their covers, because yeah, we not only went through it amongst other races, but we also battled with the Judas, and the Judas obviously had the upper hand, because there was individuals that got taken and never returned, you know, and it's never happened to me, but they would beat you, take you to a cell, and they would beat you. They would give you baton therapy and flashlight therapy. And a lot of times what they try to cover it up by putting these little thin ass mats over you so you wouldn't bruise, but they did some damage. And from what I heard, some of the individuals lost their lives behind that. You know, I don't have facts or anything, but usually stuff that you hear in the system is pretty accurate, you know. So it is what it is. But anyways, people, like I said at the beginning of this video, man, if you're ready and you're wanting to make a change in your life with your mindset, fitness, or nutrition, I got you. Shoot me a DM. And if you don't have an Instagram, there's 2 individuals that reached out to me through Instagram. I acknowledged you guys. I accepted your message, but you haven't reached back to me. So obviously that shows me that you really ain't serious about it. So I'm just going to delete you guys. I'm limited on so many spots per quarter. And the reason is because the more people that I sign up within a quarter, I have to upgrade on my program. And by upgrading on my program, I have to increase the price. So right now I'm just trying to keep it at a certain level because I want to make it affordable for all people, you know, especially the homies that really ain't got the feria to change, but I know deep in their heart they want to change. And that's why I work with them. I do my personal in-house financing. You don't need credit. I take your word on it. That is your credit. You just got to be a man of your word. And when you say you're going to pay, I expect you to pay. And well, anyways, with that being said, shoot me an email at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com, and let's get you going, man. Like I said, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. So with that being said, get up and get yours. Let's do this shit. OG's done got his backyard boogie, baby. Come on now. See, let's do it.